All right, we're live. Hi, everyone. I'm Chuck, and tonight's the night that I'm going to get some regret. Welcome to the show. We're here to play some Tiny Dungeons. This will be the first of a 4-part shindig, maybe every other Wednesday. 2 months, I'm thinking. We'll see. Maybe you guys will all die tonight and it'll just be a one shot. Or, you know, if it needs to go longer, it goes longer. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it's going to be some fun times. So before we get into the game stuff, let's just go through it real quick. And we're going to do introductions for everyone. Tell us who you are. Tell us who your character is. And then feel free to plug anything that you want to plug. I'll go first since I'm me, and me is great. I'm Chuck. This is Defenders of Kobold. I run this group of people through games sometimes, and sometimes it's not terrible. You found me here. I don't need to plug anything else. Good job, me. David, you're next.
I'm David, and tonight I will be playing Iron Pine the Tree Folk.
That's fair. Nothing you want to plug? You good?
No.
Okay, cool. Jared, you're next on the thing. I'm just going down the template.
Sounds good. I'm Jared, and I'm playing Joseka Bullseye. What, Chuck? Jeez. And he is a goblin thief. And I don't have anything to plug except for Chuck's beautiful channel that he allows me to interrupt and make a comedy out of. So
Absolutely. Chris.
I was going to go in a different direction. Sorry.
Yeah, I did too. Chris.
I kept it classy.
I'm Chris. I'm playing a goblin as well, named Grid, or Griddits, if you want to use his long name. And he likes shiny things, and if he wants what you have more than you want it, then it belongs to him.
Okay, that's fair enough. Oh, there's a fucking net in my face. What the fuck? That's Chris. Next on the template is Dan. I stuck the 2 people with stuff to plug at the end of the template. I should have distributed you guys better.
Oh, another Defender of Kobold here. I have Natter Days to plug.
God damn it, Dan.
You bastard.
I'm playing Bear Thulu, a second journey of this character in Tiny Dungeons. It's a bear that likes to slash and have fun.
Okay. Natter Days.
Natter Days.
That is so funny. No, okay.
Bert,
My
save
bad.
us.
Sorry.
I'm Bert. I'm playing Titus tonight, a Salamar second foray with the same character, having survived the honky tonk tombs. Also, the host and primary GM of the Of Steam, Steel, and Murder podcast, which can be found at the shorter link, bluemagic.com, BLUMAGIK.
Okay, there it is. Last but not least is Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm going to be playing for Bouty. He's a mean old dwarf and also a fellow veteran of the Honky Tonk Tomb. I'm from Grim and Perilous Studios. The best way I can think to plug Zweihander is watch these beautiful bastards play it every other Friday. And they also have a pretty awesome archive on YouTube.
There we go. I can handle that.
Appreciated.
Yeah.
Kind words.
Kind words. So,
And true.
And true. Luckily true.
Yes, you're all bastards.
We are all bastards. So, yeah.
I hedge my bets.
So, yeah, we're here for some Tiny Dungeons. This adventure is, I'm planning on being just a complete dungeon crawl. You know, last one we did, it was very, you know, cliche, lots and lots of weird puzzles and, you know, just a fun thing to work through in a night. This is definitely going to be, you know, more a little dirt and grime to it. But it's me, so it's going to get silly eventually. And you can tell by the name of this adventure that we're running called Electric Feelings and the Naughty Professor.
Love it.
So, hey there, Poison Ivy. Thanks for those bits. So, yeah, let's get into it. You all have been hired as a team to help out this old geezer who goes by the Professor. He's very old, decrepit, horrible eyesight, but he's rich as shit. Hey, Woda. And he... oh, shit. Thanks for that sub, Woda.
Sub.
Ooh, nice.
Woda and I both backed the same Kickstarter today, so go us. So... I don't remember what I was saying. So, yeah, you guys got hired by the
Old people, rich old
Professor
people.
because they just found this brand new, this crypt that just, an entrance to it was found. They had some idea that there was this ancient crypt in this one spot, and some form of giant burrowing beast broke into one of the chambers, giving access into it. So you all have been hired to escort the Professor into this crypt, help explore it, and find, significant cultural, historical artifacts and return it to the surface. So yeah, you're on a babysitting run almost, but
An escort quest?
You're on
Chuck.
an escort
How about
quest.
we all do ourselves a favor and just murder the Professor right now,
You
and
could,
then proceed on without him?
As long as he walks/runs the same speed as we do, we'll be fine.
yeah.
Everybody calm down.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So yeah, you
All right,
gotta.
Did he bring any booze?
He didn't
doesn't
bring any
believe in
booze, but he gave you a big enough payment up front that will say that you're able to, like, you're coming wheeling like a small wagon with a couple pony kegs of booze.
As
the front of it.
President Bear, I will haul the beer.
You could haul it. I was going to give him a wagon to haul it in.
Oh, that's
So are you like a Saint Bernard that
That's-
has just like this keg
Yeah.
under your chin?
Nice.
So yeah, you all find yourselves. The Professor escorted you to the burrow that opened up. Takes you to it, and you all headed inside. You find yourselves. We're going to pick up as you break out of this tunnel dug by this monstrously huge digging creature, whatever it was. The Professor's not entirely sure. And you find yourself kind of entering the chamber. So any clarifications, questions, anything you guys want to say or do before we get into it proper, like?
Professor,
Yes!
what happened to the unusually large creature that dug out? They want back in at some point.
Yes. I don't know. We'll, if it sees us, then we all should just pretend to not be dirt. And I think we'll be okay.
That's your learned opinion,
Yes.
Professor. I see.
something seems not quite right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm not convinced at all.
Well,
that
listen.
explanation.
I'm not dirt. I'm not dirt. I'm not dirt.
listen, I didn't come down here to kill things. I paid you to come down here and kill things.
I do love money, and I also love killing things. We're
I
going
love
to get
money
along
too.
just fine.
How long are we contracted for?
Can't argue. with
Till
that.
the job's done.
Any estimate?
And-
He's thinking, maybe at most we'll spend a couple days down here.
Days. Okay, so we got a couple of days of provision.
Yeah.
Was there any thought that we need to set up like a base camp or anything outside the dungeon?
If that's something you would have wanted to do, I'll definitely say that you had the provisionings to do that. So,
I was about to say, who has the gumption to let us know how long this is supposed to last?
well, there.
And so if if it's for a couple of days, then yes, I think we should probably
Okay.
set up a camp.
Like
or
I said,
something.
he paid you, and he's covered all expenses to whatever setup you guys think you need. So,
Oh, well,
so the
then I'm going
provisions
to,
are 90% alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm going to Disneyland. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, if you guys want a base camp at the entrance of the dungeon, I'll say you've got one set up, and it's got some fortification to it. and it's got all the comforts that you would need. And then also going into the dungeon, I would presume you all have enough rations and water to get you through it, and then maybe some basic light supplies for making camp, just in case you had to. Water, and then a shitload of booze.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I kind of need it because I can't heal off of anything other than sunlight. So I have to go outside every once in a while.
Okay, there
Or
we got it.
Suffer, which I
Or
think is
suffer.
what's going to actually happen.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. So this temple, this ruin, whatever this happens to be, this ancient crypt, you're not entirely sure yet. You move and you break out of the tunnel. You move out of the tunnel and you find yourself in a small stone room. There's no lighting in here, and the tunnel's far enough that no light from above would be coming through at this point. So those of you who would be using torches, you have torches. But do keep track of those, because if you don't have a torch and you can't see in the dark, then that is something you'll have to contend with.
How about lanterns? Something that we can sit down,
Okay.
preferably a shuttered lantern.
Yeah, if that's what you would have taken in, then that's what you've got.
And we can stand by next to someone that says had, a torch, that we could see the same thing they are, right?
Right. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Whoever has lanterns or torches, shuttered lanterns, whatever you need. Just
Adventurer's kit
Yeah.
has a lantern in it.
yeah.
Just
So
consider me your torch bearer.
you move into this first small chamber, maybe 30 feet by 30 feet, maybe square room. Where you move into the room, the stones have been broken out of the room. Wherever this this burrowing creature broke in, digging through and into this dungeon. We're calling it a dungeon. Looking around this room, you can see bits of wood and fabric strewn about the ground, heavy cobwebs set in the corners. There is a path that continues on, just a hallway that continues on. We're going to call it to the left of you, or to the west. So you entered in from the south, so you're currently facing north. So to the west, there would be a hallway continuing down, and straight ahead to the north, there's a hallway continuing down that way. It's dark enough that you can't really see outside of the light of whatever light source you have. But you do see above each door, there's a placard above each, door, each passageway into the hallway. There's a placard above each one.
Natural tunnel or worked tunnel?
This is a stone block hallway. It's a constructed item. Yeah.
And so if I, basically, my description is a trapmaster, and my traits are I'm sneaky and an acrobat. So if I look around and try to spot anything that's out of the ordinary that we should be, afraid of or anything like that, I can do so.
Depending on the situation, I might make you roll for it. But right now, you're not under any immediate duress. So I'm just going to say, taking a little, a few moments to inspect. You can see that the bits of wood and cloth appear to have been furniture of some form, and it's just a few scraps are remaining. And you can see that going north along the walls, just from where you can kind of see from your light, you can see that the stone walls have gouges and scrapes in the side of the hallway.
Okay. And so my belief as far as, Tiny Dungeons is concerned is danger is around every corner. That's why I make someone go in front. And so who's in front of me?
I don't do that.
behind.
I really want to know what the placard.
You're the gobble what knows how to look for traps and stuff. Are you sure you don't want to go first?
I was thinking about that, but I thought that if need be, I would be as backup for you if you were planning to go on in front of me. So
I tell you what, normally I'd do paper, rock, scissors for Blair Thulu over there, but seeing as he's willing to carry the beer, I'll take the first door.
There you go.
Sounds good.
So
There
yeah,
we go.
passage to the west, just a stone block, constructed hallway to the west, and then same thing to the north. But the goblin took him a few moments to look around and saw that there were gouges in the stone of the walls of the walls and the ceiling of the hall going north.
And
Professor.
so, can I explain to my colleagues that hey, the gouges, maybe just due to some huge monster that's about to eat our face off?
You can definitely make it up. Bert, you call for
Okay.
the professor.
Yeah, what do these things say? Pointing at the
Yeah.
placard.
Mhm.
That's what I want to know.
He would kind of teeter over to the one to the west, and he would point the light up there, son, and you illuminate, and you
My
can
hand just
see
appears
that
into the background.
the placards are in no language that you understand. First off, it appears to be just a series of lines and circles just randomly listed in a single row. And he looks at it and he kind of studies and scratches his head. Well, this one says Crips.
Is it in Morse code?
And he would kind of point to the other one like, let's see what this one says.
If it says Bloods, I'm out of here. I'm
And
just
One
throwing
says
that out there.
Crips.
The one to the west says Crips. So
the
he
west?
moves over, to the west. And he moves over and he inspects the one to the north. Same thing, just a series of like lines and circles, just in a single line. This one says temple. The temple, I think, is going to be more interesting. We should go this way.
Shut up, Decker Kane.
That is not funny at all, but hilarious at the same time.
Let's stop him and hawing and just get the stepping.
You're the one with the gold, so all right.
To the temple it is.
Yeah, I'm right behind the dwarf that is apparently leading up the charge, though.
Yeah.
I've got a horrendous
into
MS
the
Paint
temple and
document
we're-
that I'm putting together.
Oh, murder.
So you all move into this hallway,
Nice.
and it, you have no idea how long this hallway is. It continues past the light that your lanterns are putting out. You do travel, I don't know, maybe 40 feet down, and you come across a door on the right side. I guess that would be on the east wall of this hallway. And it is just a heavy stone door with some iron reinforcements on it, circle link for a handle, and then a keyhole in it.
Okay, can I stop the dwarf where he's at and be like, hey, can I take a look real quick?
You could just say those words to the dwarf.
Then I will do so. Hey, dwarf. Stop walking
they-
for 2 seconds.
Hey, buddy, they don't like it when you do that.
Hey, gobble. Okay.
All right. Whenever your guys' heads are not cut off, then you'll thank me. It's fine.
I offered to let you go first, and then you go and get all racial on me. Just make
That
it
is-
real weird here.
That is true. So you're going to try and what are you trying to do here, Jared?
I'm trying to detect whether there is something in or around this door that is going to hurt my dwarf friend if it happens. And he's giving me crap about it, but I will take the verbal beating. It's fine.
So do you have any kind of trait that allows you to detect traps easily?
I have Trap Master, which is a trait name, and again, it's the same thing with my belief. With dangers around every corner, I can, whoever's in first.
Okay, that's fine. You've got something
So
that lets you. I'm trying to find out what Trap Master does real
Sure.
quick. Where the fuck did the goddamn traits go? Who knows? Trait list 33, page 33. Trap Master does stuff and things.
It's a trap. You gain advantage when testing to create, locate,
Okay.
or disarm traps. You also
All right.
gain advantage on save tests against traps.
That's good. So go ahead and roll me a test with advantage, and we'll see
Okay.
how you do.
Just did so. Did I? Yeah. There you go. I don't know what the hell that means, but
So
yeah, it's cool.
If so you rolled a 6 and a 5.
Success.
So that is a success. You successfully search this trap or this door for traps, and you figure out, hey, this door's not trapped, but it is locked.
Okay. So in role play then I'm gonna be like on top of the dwarf's head and pat him on the head and go, it's okay. It's fine. You can go.
Now, while the rest of you are standing here wondering about the weird racial insensitivity of the goblin towards the dwarf,
Yeah.
you would notice that maybe 20 feet down, kind of at the edge of your light, you do see a door on the west side of the tunnel. And the door that was there has been smashed. And all that remains are a few scraps of wood attached to the hinges, set into the stone of the doorway.
Is this in the room we see?
No, this is still in the hallway.
Mhm.
Okay. The
And
door-
so I'm gonna grab the
to the
dwarf
east.
by the chin and be like, "Are you okay? Do you,
You
need
can-
my help? Are you okay?
You can
All
throw them.
Cool." And so
just throw him,
jump
please.
off.
Here's the thing. I do suspect there's going to be some traps later on in this dungeon. And that's why I haven't cut your nuts off yet. But I would like to emphasize yet.
Yet. So, you guys, are you trying to pick this lock or anything?
I would think the emphasis would be on the nuts.
I was always pretty poor at grammar. I was really good at the booze, though.
Shine some light down that way. What does it look like? Does it look like, again, more passage from the giant critter, which we're paying no attention to?
So, yeah.
Yeah,
If you move
well.
down to check out the open doorway on the west, you can see as you get down there that the giant carves and grooves into the stone. They stop at this door on the west. And you
God's
look
forgive me.
down the
Is this
doorway.
further down than the door to the east.
Yes, it's further north than the door that was on the east.
Okay, sorry, I got a little distracted with the chat for a moment.
So that's fine. So yeah, and you kind of look and you can see that the gouges and scratches in the stone continue through this doorway that's on the west.
And that door has been destroyed.
That door has been destroyed.
So, Chuck, real talk. Should
Yeah.
we be mapping this?
It's entirely up to you. I am more than welcome if you guys need a recap of places you've been. I'm not going to keep it a secret from you. I'll
Don't worry.
presume that your characters have enough memory to.
You're not going to pull. So, did you turn right or left at that last?
I am not. I am not going to do that.
I have a very crude map in MS Paint that I'm making.
Perfect.
Okay.
That will be posted to the Discord later. That way I can
Iron Pine?
offend everyone's eyes.
All right. So
I will,
Awesome.
I will step to the front of the group and say, "Children, please let me go first. This seems a little dangerous."
So we're going
Yeah,
through the
start
west
heading.
door.
Yeah. Well, the other door's locked, so
it is locked. Yeah. All right.
I don't really want to mess around too much with
So-
that. So I'm gonna go head that way.
Iron Pine, you assert your position of wanting to lead this group in through the doorway to the west. You take a
So can I jump on him?
if you want to scamper over here to him and climb up, and if he's not going to stop
Yeah,
you.
and be like,
Now,
"Hey, what
here's
are you
a-
doing?"
Here's a question: are goblins small enough for that to pass? And then is a goblin wearing a barrel
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
also
the
small
barrel.
enough? Yeah.
I will say that the tree folk are around 12 feet tall. So
So I would almost say that you're having to crouch just a little bit to kind of get through some of these
Yeah.
places.
That's fine.
I mean,
Works with
that's
that.
absolutely 100%. I'm okay with that.
One other thing I'd like to mention is I'm trying to stay away from people with torches.
That is also fair. I
He is
think
tree folk, yeah.
I think people
Makes
opted
sense.
for lanterns rather than torches.
I had a lantern. If anybody had a torch, I'm staying away from.
Okay, I don't think anyone said when I offered lantern came up, and I think whoever has light has lanterns.
Okay, so
consider
just
it
for
not that
role
bad.
play instances, then I drop to the floor off of Jeremy's head and patting him and going, and I rolled within my barrel to the tree folk, and I jumped up and I went, "Are you sure you want to go through this? You want me to check it real quick? Are you sure? Do you want me to? Are you positive?"
Yeah, Iron Pine's going to go ahead and pat him gently on the head and say, "Don't worry, child. Quiet."
And I am going to crawl behind the iron, his head, and wait for him to be decapitated. It's fine.
Okay, so Iron Pine, you take a few steps into this room, and you can see the room has been thoroughly just trashed. Gouges and bits of stone are broken out of the walls. A section of the ceiling in the center has been kind of clawed through a bit, and there's some dirt and some rubble that's fallen through. This is a very large room. Think maybe 80 feet long, because 80 feet west to east, and then maybe 40 to 50 feet north to south. The light from your lantern doesn't quite hit the far wall of this, but you can see next to the pile of dirt and rubble that's fallen through the hole in the ceiling, there's a large mass that when your light hits it, it kind of reflects off in a kind of pearlescent, very reflective green.
Okay.
It's a very
Where
large,
about
kind
in the room
of
is that?
domed. Put like in the center.
Okay.
And so, just to
Hang
bug
on.
David,
Hang on. Let's let David
Yeah.
do this since you moved
All right.
back.
I'm still on his head, by the way.
I thought
I
you said
don't
you hopped
know.
down.
No, not at all. No.
Okay.
I've been on the back of his head the entire time, and I wanted to reach around as soon as he started getting into the room, and I was like, "What do you see? Do you see something? Are you seeing something?" And
Okay. So the pestering of the goblin towards Iron Pine wakes up this green creature sleeping in the middle of the room.
Lovely.
What's this guy's deal?
So as this thing kind of sets up from its resting position, you see it's this giant beetle-like creature, bipedal. It stands up on these hind legs. It's got all these smaller arms kind of on its underside. Then it's got these two giant sets of arms coming out, where arms would come out. They're huge. They're covered in this green exoskeleton, and they end in these giant clawed, think like a fucking mole from hell, just giant clawed spades for hands. And it looks at you with these multifaceted eyes, and it's got these huge pincers on the front of its mouth, and it starts hissing at you menacingly.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Do you see that? Do you see that? You see what's going on? I told you that was going to happen." And
Tree Pine
Yeah.
is going to gently place his hand over the goblin's head, just covering his entire head. And back
That's
out
right.
of-
Smother him.
Yeah, and I'm going to begin walking slowly backwards out of the room, not reaching for anything, very calm movements.
Okay.
I'm sitting there going,
That's what I thought you were going to do. Yeah.
"Yeah."
Once you move out of the room peacefully, you can still hear the hissing of the creature, but it subsides just a little bit. But you still get a really strong feeling this thing is watching that doorway you just came out of. You get a definite strong sense that
He's very alert.
that's a great way to put that.
Okay.
Giving it a little bit of this.
Yeah, exactly. With my hand still placed very firmly over this goblin's head, I'm going to turn to the rest of the party and say, say, little ones, I think I found what caused all of this damage. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say for now if anybody wants to pitch in.
I think we can leave it and check the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm in the mood not to leave an unexplored room behind me. I'm also curious maybe why it didn't go into that room. Or maybe there's no reason.
To the east.
You're talking about the locked door that was on the east.
Yeah.
And we still haven't actually checked the first room to the east either.
You just confirmed it wasn't trapped, but it is locked.
Quick question, Chuck. You said that the door to the room that we just entered was destroyed.
Yeah, just smashed.
Okay, it's just completely splintered. Okay,
Yeah.
Just wanted to see if I could
we
close
can't
it.
leave that on our back trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it did let you leave peacefully. So if
Yeah.
you're all going to develop some kind of plan for an ambush or just run in and fight it, you know, it's up to you to decide what you're going to do.
Or maybe he's just a cool dude. Who knows?
Now, was it of the monstrous proportions of whatever it was that broke out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty big boy. Okay.
You're judging from the description that Iron Pine gave in both size and kind of anatomy, you would get a real strong feeling that this is the thing that made the tunnel entering this place and caused all the damage to the walls.
I'm
Kinda
going
feel
to
like
say
nope on that.
The grip is not loosening.
Dan, did you say something?
I said I feel kind of nope on that.
Okay. Well, we just, what's your plan? I mean, there's two options
Well,
here, essentially.
If we can open the
Three
door to the
options,
east
really, don't we?
and close
Yeah,
the door
good
behind us, that would at least get a barrier between us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll let go of Joska, but I'm gonna rejoin the group. Walk back down the hallway.
Did you guys see what was going on behind that door? There was something craziness, like
a lot of nope.
in the middle of the floor.
That is a good
Nobody saw
question,
that.
though. Did they see what happened? Like, could they?
That is,
see?
yeah, that is a good question. Did anybody
it-
else besides me
purely-
and
It was just the two of you that saw that thing.
Okay.
He
no, they
entered the
could not
room
see.
and then you tagged onto him.
No,
Okay.
but the thing is, I'm willing to listen to what Iron Pine says.
Yeah, that.
I
that
mean,
does
he
seem-
is, talking wood, so I
Giant
mean, we
mole
can
creature.
do that. Yeah. So why wouldn't we, right?
So are
Why
you
would we?
going to go to the door to the east?
Sure. As long as the dwarf does it first. Yes.
It's locked. Somebody has
I'll
to open it.
pick that.
I
lock.
thought it was
Okay.
splintered.
No, that's the door to the west.
Okay. All right.
So Dan there, Berthulu, do you have any kind of skills for lock picking?
Sure don't.
Okay.
I just had great luck at it last time.
Okay. What was your occupation?
We decided a lumber bear.
Okay. So this would be lock picking would not be something you have any skilled at. So you're going to make this at a disadvantage.
Can I try?
Do you have skills with lock picking? Would your background?
My family trade is acquiring wares.
Okay, so yeah, I would let you make that just a standard lockpick. So Berthulu goes up and his, claws don't quite allow the dexterity needed to move the tumbler.
If I might, this is actually my specialty.
All right. I'm willing to back up and go, hey, if a dude is,
So Grid, what are you doing?
I'm gonna attempt to pick the lock.
Okay, you got a skill that lets you roll 3.
Nimble fingers.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. So yeah, you got a 5, so you succeed. So you move up and you very easily turn the lock over, and the door clicks. And this door is going to push into the room to open.
Look at that. No beard
And I
tugging.
very,
Just
very,
professional.
yeah. I very gently push it, and I'm like, bada boom.
I would just like to point out that the goblins have done everything at this point, so.
Including opening that door.
Well,
Yeah.
the tree creature shut you up.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. So if you want to be a butthole about it. That's fine.
All right.
It's one of my most charming traits.
That it is.
What do we see?
Who's looking?
Me.
All right.
Everybody,
Bear
hold up the
through-
light.
Yeah, hold up light. Everyone can see, and you see a small, I don't know, 15 by 15 room. Appears to be think of like a small like dormitory room. You see an ancient cot on one wall. You see some old dressers and storage items. Maybe see like a chamber pot that's kind of eaten through with rust. You see a basin and a bucket. It looks like a dormitory room of some form. And kind of looking around, you see there is some form lying on the cot.
Who wants to go investigate it? By that I mean poke it. Not necessarily too hard, but maybe.
The dwarf.
Dwarf throws the goblin.
If that happens, I would be absolutely 100% cool with it, actually.
Would you make me roll with a standard check or?
That would be advantage.
There we go.
All right.
As you are so kind.
Now we're cooking with gas. All right.
Hey,
Cool.
that's
So-
5.
Roll him in the barrel.
Special here
So it's Fairbody,
for bounty.
Fairbody grabs Joe Secca as Joe Secca's talking shit by the back of the collar and just gently tosses him underhanded at the cot with whatever form it is lying on it. And
Shit.
so as Joe Secca, as you collide into this cot, the wood frame of it easily collapses. It's long been dry rotted. And you realize the form was a skeleton wearing some ancient like burlap robes.
Okay. Am I like face to face with it?
Oh,
or...
you're entangled with these bones.
Getting it on.
It is now less of a skeleton and more of a pile, jumbled mess of bones in a row.
Okay, I'm gonna start flailing then,
Okay, so
uncontrollably.
you toss the goblin for Bowdy, and it collides with the cot. The cot collapses, and the goblin starts screaming and flailing.
So while this is all going on, I've got my crossbow cocked, and I'm just checking our back trail
Yeah.
since there's something back that way.
Absolutely,
It is a good life.
yeah,
I love when he screams.
yeah.
All right.
Do we help him or do we let him scream just a little bit longer?
Nah, Berthus.
So I'm just gonna wait until everything comes to a stop.
Even yourself.
Even myself, I'm gonna be like, nope, done. Okay, stopped.
I'll say that the Iron Pine is going to walk up to him, Joe Secca, and pick him up by the collar of his shirt, or by the rim of his barrel. Sorry, you're wearing a barrel and you're naked underneath. Is that right?
You say it's like a bad thing.
I grab you by the rim of the barrel and I push you off to the side against the wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at the corpse, the bones. Is there
Okay.
anything special about them?
Yeah, at first it looks to be just a humanoid skeleton. But then when you kind of start looking at it, you can actually see that some of the bones appear to be made of metal. And there's weird metallic devices kind of attached to some parts of the bones, and then also just kind of loose in the robe with the bones. And then every now and then maybe it's like there's a stray wire here attaching two components to each other.
It's effing Wolverine, dude.
I was gonna say, does he have 3 sets of claws?
No.
We don't have a
Or
human in the
3
party, do
clawed
we?
Sets?
I don't believe so. No, we
No one's
don't.
playing a
A
human.
goblin.
Okay, that's
no.
fine. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up one of
Right,
the
twice.
bones with the metal and machinery grafted on it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna hold it up for the rest of the party. And I'm going to go ahead and
And-
say,
Not just to be a bastard or anything, but I'm going to be continuously like punching him in the face, going, "Hey, do you see this? Do you see what's going on?" kind of a thing. So if there's a difficulty,
I will tactfully attempt to ignore the goblin.
Okay.
And I will say, little ones, I'm not very familiar with your insides. Is this normal?
Gotta give that a no.
I mean, I've swallowed some strange shit in my life, but not enough for that to have happened.
I mean, no. A goblin insides are just like grayish green.
Okay. So yeah,
That's
you
the only
definitely-
difference.
Okay, I get my answer.
Yeah, you see like a metallic like femur with like some weird kind of technical component attached to it.
What does the technical component look like?
This would all be foreign to you. I mean,
Well, yeah, it doesn't have any moving parts.
no.
Okay, then I'm not gonna. I'll just set it back down, and let someone else take a look at it then, because trees aren't known for their biology.
no,
Is
I
it
got it.
possible-
I got it. Give me just a second. I got it.
Jeremy, what were you going to say?
But I was going to ask, is it possible that at my distillery, do I have any electronics there?
I would say we're working in like think like maybe like 1700s at the best. So
No.
Probably no.
some firearms, some crude machinery, nothing like this.
All right, then.
Jared, what were you saying?
I was just role playing out that I would say I got this. Let me take a look. Let me look, and I, kind of fan out over the human, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and try to figure out what had went on or what is a thing. So,
what
What's
was your occupation all kind of points towards thief, right?
yep.
So biology and advanced sciences are probably what I would put as something you're unfamiliar with.
Exactly, but I'm a thief, so I can bullshit my way around anything.
So here's the
And-
question: are you trying to come up with a real answer? Or are you trying to come up with just some bullshit that you're talking?
No, I'm trying to come up with some bullshit, actually.
That's absolutely
And
fine.
to make myself sound like I know what the hell I'm talking about. Prove to everyone else that,
Yeah.
hey, this goblin is, worth something, basically. So, shut up, David. Is that so? What kind of test is that?
If you're just making stuff up, just make something up.
Then, so what I suspect is this person had some type of real life advantage over everyone else, and then they burrowed into the ground and made the hole that we are dealing with right now, and we need to deal with them as quickly as possible. And then the dwarf, and I point to Jeremy, I go, and he's going to have to deal with that very soon.
I'll
Say
go
it's
ahead.
a skeleton of Beth Jesus.
Yeah. I guess I forgot to ask, or maybe you mentioned it and I forgot. The professor, he's with us currently?
Oh yeah,
right?
he's with you.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the piece that I picked up to him and ask him if he knows anything about this. He's never seen it before.
He would hold it uncomfortably close to his face, trying to get a good look at it.
Mhm.
He'll sniff it a little bit.
Come on, Beth Jesus.
Giving
He'll
it- giving
kind
it a
of.
tongue check.
He doesn't give it a tongue check,
Like
but he
the
kind
damage,
of
good.
he does rub the metal parts against a little jagged piece of stone wall or a stone corner or something, and he's like, "This is I don't even remember the professor. The professor's just like, this is some really weird and bizarre stuff right here. I've never seen anything like it. This is so exciting. We'll need to make sure that we bring the skeleton back out with us when we're done here."
Okay.
Is it okay if the bear gnaws on the bones that don't have metal bits on it?
Just
I
to get a taste.
would prefer not, but if a bone goes missing, I guess a bone goes missing.
No
You're all
promises.
right.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So yeah, you in this room you find the skeleton on the cot, and there's also like an end table, a small set of drawers, maybe a little cabinet, and a few other assorted items in the room too.
Any
So-
of our thieves want
Right.
to look at drawers?
I do.
So
I would, but I always get side glanced whenever I'm trying to do an action.
Yep, you sure do, buddy. All right.
So-
Let's see what's in here.
So Chris, you go through and you give the Grid gives the initial 1 over of the room. First thing I want you to do is I want you to roll me a d6.
Okay.
You find in the drawer 6 of these weird metal discs. They're maybe 5 inches in diameter, just a solid, reflective, thin piece of metal, really hard, doesn't have much bend to it. And there's maybe, I don't know, quarter to a half-inch hole in the center of it. And you find 6 of these weird metal discs inside. You don't know what they're
Warriors
used
being like
for.
this.
What's
Are
that?
Are they
They say-
shiny?
Yeah,
They
they're very
say
shiny.
AOL on the top of
They do not say AOL. They're shiny on both sides.
They're hard drive.
I
sliders.
try to use sleight of hand to put one in my pocket without anyone seeing.
Go ahead and roll me your sleight of hand.
Why you gotta play against the party all the time?
Yeah. Nimble fingers, yo.
Was that your second? Okay, yeah. You slip one and come back to the party. Look, I found
And I'm like,
5.
look, I found 5 discs.
Uh,
They're really shiny. I had a hard time not stealing them.
so also while you were in the drawer, something else did catch your eye. Before you went scampering off to show the party all the discs that you didn't steal, I want you to go ahead and roll me 2d6.
Okay.
You find 4 golden and ancient looking coins, clearly some form of currency, but with markings on it that you don't recognize.
Holy crap.
I'm like, what you got there?
How do I put them all in my pocket without them noticing?
Why did you steal AOL discs instead of this?
I'm like, shit. Fine. I pick them up and I'm like, I also found these.
He presents 4 pieces of gold. That's what you find in the dresser. Do you want to keep searching or no?
Well, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I want you to give me a just make a regular save.
We gotta find AOL CDs in here somewhere.
Okay.
I mean, that's
that-
not funny.
Yeah, that's you don't find anything else in the room.
Oh man, I was hoping
Okay.
a fail would result in AOL CDs.
No.
More
No.
AOL discs.
I mean,
No.
that's a loss as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. Okay. So you don't find anything else in this room, and it's just a small room. Like I said, maybe 15 feet by 15 feet, and there's no other ways through. Like I said, small dormitory room.
No strange devices in here with slots in them.
No, pretty much anything worth note has been disclosed already.
So I hand 3 of the gold discs to the professor, and I say, and my finder's fee. Put
So
it in
what
my
do you-
pocket.
You've stolen 3 so far.
He stole one of the silvers.
I
and
stole one of the
gold.
silver discs, and then I showed that I was taking one of the gold ones and said it was a finder's fee.
Oh, okay. All right. I got confused on that. Okay.
So this was not the entrance that had temple written above it, was it?
This
This is
hallway.
temple. This hallway is.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you guys look on Roll20, I'm going to try and do a crude map there as best
Don't
as
worry, I have a
What-
bastardized map also, but not in Roll20.
What does the
Yeah.
professor make of the discs and the gold?
Oh, that's beautiful drawing.
Yeah.
That is awesome, actually.
Yeah.
It looks not all that different than mine, is the scary thing.
Okay. The discs and the gold, he's like, money's always great. But I don't know what these weird things. Maybe you could throw them like a frisbee, hurt people.
That was a bold assumption.
That's a good
Professor.
idea.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I know just the target to practice.
Okay, guys. So yeah, there's no other path in this room, but the hallway does continue on. So the room with the M on it, the door to the west, is where that creature was resting that you backed out of, and then you went back down the hall a little ways and checked out the room to the east that was locked. And the hallway still continues on, stretching into the darkness.
We have a door to the east in the first room and a door to the north.
There's a hallway that went to the west in the very first room,
West.
and a hallway
For
that
some
went to the north in the very first room.
For some reason, I had that going to the east.
I would just like to point out that I'm still on the back of the big tree guy. So
You climbed back on.
no, I was always on there. You
got thrown onto a
muffled me.
corpse. You got thrown onto a
Oh,
corpse and rolled.
That's right.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Okay, so then I moved off, and yes, I'm walking behind. Who's last in line?
I don't know.
Well, we're trying to figure out where we're going.
We
now.
don't
Right.
have any sort of agency for that yet.
Well,
Yeah.
should we just go back to that first that first one over to the west, like towards the beginning of things?
I think that the crypt door is probably our best bet. The monster in the room that I looked at was did not seem friendly.
The
But
professor,
not entirely unfriendly. He didn't.
the
attack.
professor would be like, "Oh, we could keep going though, because I'm sure the temple's down there."
I mean, from the way you described him, he seems like just a regular creature.
We can fight him if you
Like
if you
you
would
got
like.
close and he got upset and you backed away and then he went back to sleep.
There's two doors yet. We don't have to bother the creature.
Yeah. See, that's the point I'm trying to make. Is we can. There's a whole crypt we can explore.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Right.
still more temple too.
And who knows? Maybe there's more of those like weird metaled up bodies to get samples to study
Mhm.
and or treasure they were buried with. Not
Mhm.
saying that I'm one for grave robbing or nothing, but I'm also not saying it.
On
I'm
among
saying
the-
I am.
Great, I like you.
And
Well,
I'm
thanks.
saying that he is as well, but it bothers me.
We just got to make a decision.
Evens or odds?
Rock, paper, scissors.
You can't do that with the dice roll.
Yeah.
All right, Titus, you know all about the bottom line. How do you feel about this? Where do you feel the money is?
Well, the temples always have the money. We should head in the direction of that sign.
He has a point, actually. I'm not going to, thwart him for that. But
what
he has a
about all
point.
those crazy people who get buried with all their riches.
Well, then have fun being buried. We'll
Just saying,
jump
the
off
crypt
with all the
could
riches.
Be wealthy too.
I mean, with riches, not a bad way to go.
Yeah, me neither. So I'm good with it. So
I guess I'm just gonna go out into the hallway, and then I'm gonna start walking back towards the room that with the monster in it, since that seems to be what everyone has decided on.
Okay.
No, we're not saying the room with the monster in it. There's
Yeah.
north
the
still
crypt.
or west.
it's
in room
the
two.
temple, right?
We have
Okay.
Chuck's showing us the real map now.
Yeah, you guys. yeah,
The temple
there
is
is
where
no-
we went and found the mole dude, right?
that you
Everything we
the bug
found
guy.
is in the temple.
you headed down the hallway that was labeled temple.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you found a door to the east, which was a small dormitory room, and you found a door to the west with its hinge broken off that had the monster inside of it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
apologize. I thought that was the end of the hall. That
No,
was-
the hallway still continues
Okay.
and goes further down.
So the crypt is basically to the left of room 2.
Yes,
Yes.
that would be
Yeah.
to the west. Yes.
To the west.
Or Chuck, when we're done with this, you'll have to put your real map on our Discord.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
I will put my fake map on our Discord also.
We'll see how they match up.
Nobody should see that, but they will.
So yes, I'm going to request everybody follow me and then go down past the door with the bug. I'll like I said, I'll be taking point. If anybody wishes to walk with me, they can. But
I'm gonna again keep track of our back trail to see if that thing ends up following us.
I'll walk along with you in case we run into any more doors.
Okay. So you're continuing north, correct?
yes,
So you get maybe, what is this thing doing? Maybe 20 feet or so. And nope, we got to undo that. All right, 20 feet or so. And you come across another hallway. I'm sorry, another door on the east wall. Maybe 20, 30 feet. Another door on the east.
okay,
Looks like the last door. Appears to have the same kind of, reinforced door with a lock on it.
okay.
I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Groot, you want to do this or no?"
Somebody who's better at picking locks than the bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll stand
I can-
back and say anyone can pick this lock if they choose.
I will give it a shot.
All right, Chris,
All right.
go and roll that, please.
I'm gonna stand behind Dan.
Yeah.
God
You,
Ooh.
Grid, you easily pick the lock. The door swings open, revealing another one of those kind of dormitory rooms. You see a cot with a form lying on it and some shelves and cabinets. Kind of same description as the last room. It looks identical.
Does the form look identical?
Yeah.
There's another weird thing in here.
I'm gonna go ahead and just place myself between everybody in the room with the bug. I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but my weapon is a log. I specifically wrote it down as a big fuck off log. So,
All right.
Thanks for that sub.
Noise.
I'll have that ready, and I'll just be watching that door. Everybody else is free to do what they wish.
So, Joe, you want to get up close and personal with another skeleton?
Right behind you, buddy.
All right, then.
Give him a good old yeet again. I do believe.
Let's completely yeet this guy.
All right. So if there's not any resistance or if it's not a surprise, I'm not going to make anyone roll on this. The goblin gets tossed into this pile of bones as well. And
Wait, I'm tossed?
that's what you said. You said you wanted to yeet this thing. You two confirmed with each other on this.
Intentional or not. it
Okay.
became
All right.
reality.
Yep.
Then, all right. I'm cool with it.
That is what
Let's do
yeet
it.
means.
Yes.
So
I'm
you
good
get,
with it.
You get tossed into this pile of bones, and it's the same thing as before. Different bones are metallic on this one. There's some different components in there, but it's still same story.
This
Weird.
one's Milan-esque, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to grab whatever it is that I'm yeeted onto by the collar or whatever it is, and I'm going to be like, look, this is the last time, and then I'm going to go, wait, is this the last time? And then I'm going to look back at the dwarf and go, wait a second.
Well, you know where
Deja
I'm from,
vu.
they teach you to stop being afraid, a lot like how they teach the Swift. You get tossed in the deep end, or you get tossed in with the dead.
And I'm gonna,
Swim either way.
I'm gonna walk in the room now and go, "Good job, buddy, you got him." And I'm gonna start searching drawers again.
Okay. I am going to actually roll some dice over here just to save time. Chris, you find 2 more of those weird metal discs, and you find 7 pieces of gold. But then I do need you to make a save for me.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's not bad.
You found that one AOL disc that
Is it save standard 2d6? or one?
Standard 2d6 save, yes.
Okay.
actually downloaded
Okay.
a Trojan
And
to
you
your
don't,
PC.
You don't find anything else in this room. So the
Okay.
2 weird discs, 7 gold. Nothing else worthwhile, or if there is anything else, it's either rusted out with time or, dry rotted, and it just crumbles in your hands.
Okay. And I come
The
back
bottom
with
of the
the
CD was scratched.
yeah. I come back with the discs, and then I flick 1 coin to each person, including the professor, and then pocket 1.
The fruits of our labors reveals itself slowly to us.
It would seem so.
So, now what?
Well, we got more hallway.
Is there any more to the north?
Yeah, the hallway keeps going.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't keep going too much further because I didn't leave myself that much room.
Wait, how did I get yeeted and then Chris got a roll and then now
You're
we're just
searching
moving
doors.
on?
That was the natural progression of the room. You got yeeted
Oh,
and
okay.
interacted with the
I mean,
The
isn't
skeleton.
that what you do?
I mean, that's what I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Actually,
all right.
no worries. Okay,
You all
gotcha.
continue down the hallway. You can find a little ways down. There's a door to the west. This is actually a double door that is closed. Doesn't appear to have any kind of latch or lock on it. And then a little ways further is another, what looks like the previous 2 doors on the east.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll signal that everybody stops, and I'll say little ones, just like last time. I'll go ahead and I'll take a look.
Is this
and I'm gonna-
east or west?
West, sorry, the double doors.
So-
And
We'll wait till Woodman opens the door, then the dwarf will be
yeah, just throw it into the door.
the skeleton in the bed. It's fine.
The double doors
Well,
not locked.
this is to the west.
yes,
Yeah, that's a different pattern.
okay.
Yeah.
yes.
Different pattern. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So you open this door to the west,
Mm-hmm.
and it opens up onto a long hallway.
Okay.
And at the end of this hallway is another set of double doors.
Okay. I will. I'll turn around and tell everybody that it appears clear, and I'm going to continue walking down the hallway towards the other double doors.
Okay. You move down to the other double doors. You open them up, and you find another smaller room. This is different than the other smaller rooms you came across. You can see there is another set of double doors on the north side of the room. They are closed, and you can see that in this room, it looks like it might have been like a former kitchen. The room has been ransacked. There's bits, pieces everywhere, but any, tables, any chairs, stools of any form, you can tell there's just scraps of wood. It's like the wood was broken down. You can see, splinters here and there, maybe a few, pieces of cut, slender pieces of wood, kindling almost. You can still see the remains of the old brick stove in the corner. You can see a rather large wash basin on one side. But the room, it's in disarray. You can even see maybe on a couple of the taller cabinets, there's a few, looks like tins of food, cans of food left up there without any form of marking. But that's just kind of what you see from the entrance.
Okay. I'll go ahead and open the door all the way up, and I'm going to go inside and wait for everybody else.
Do y'all follow up behind him?
Yep. I expect there's somebody
Yeah.
hiding in this kitchen.
Okay.
Some sort of velociraptor.
I'm behind everyone else.
Okay.
Cowardice is a strategy at this point in time.
Confirmed.
It's a very useful strategy sometimes.
Yeah. So.
All right. So, yeah, you guys start looking around. You don't really find anything of worth in here. You don't find anything obvious. Like I said, just a few really, really old things of canned food sitting on a couple of the tallest cabinets.
I want to reach up and grab one.
Sure.
Barbecue
assume
spam.
the best kind. No, I am going to open it though.
How are you opening? This is like a
Savor that
can of
flavor.
food.
Oh, here we
I
go.
have bear claws if you want some help.
I hand it to Bear Thulu.
Barathulu, you take it and you pop your thumb and you work the whole can all the way around. And
I mean, that's not funny.
you're not sure what was in the can, but it is just completely liquefied with age. It's got a really strong smell of like some really potent like fish sauce. And it's kind of the same kind of thick, oily color and consistency.
Yeah.
But you don't see any chunks in there. It's just completely.
These may have been delicious one day, but not this day.
Yeah.
I'm all. Yes.
So we force feed the goblin.
That I won't even do that.
No. No, I'm out of ideas for the room at the moment.
I feel like we should proceed northwards where I'm starting to run out of room to draw.
Okay. So you are proceeding north from this kitchen that you're in now. Is that correct?
Oh no. Oh god, what did I do?
I don't know what you did.
Yes, as you shouldn't. I'm trying to move my map and I accidentally just drew a huge line through it instead.
Oh.
MS Paint professional here, by the way.
Yeah.
Control Z.
You open up the double doors. Someone's old ass phone is ringing. I'm going to bet that's Chris. You open up these double doors and it opens into what you would only imagine was like a grand dining hall at one point. There's some old kind of rusted through like braziers, like fire pits kind of along the edges of the room. Sconces hang around the walls. There's no light or anything in here. You're just still working off your lantern light. The room is pretty much barren. You can see there's some scraps and little cuts of wood here and there, but nothing else in here.
It's kind of long, you say?
No, it's rectangular.
Rectangular.
I'm sorry. It's a square. I'm sorry. If you look at roll 20, you'll see it's room 12.
I'm trying to draw without your map, so that way
Okay.
we can have a bizarre comparison when
So-
you're done.
In this room, you can see that there is a door on the west wall. There's a door on the east wall, and there's a very large and elaborate door on the north wall. It's a big double door, but in the kind of the bottom corner, it's almost like something has kind of gnawed its way through the door or like cut its way through a hole, maybe, 2.5 feet in diameter, right at ground level. And that's on the door on the north.
Okay. And you said it was big and elaborate, right?
Yeah, this big giant double door carved with regular like filigree, maybe some plants and animals, maybe some figures in like peaceful prayer positions that kind of look like the robes that the weird skeletons were wearing.
Okay. I think that's the temple we're looking for.
Could be.
And so I'm going to walk in like I own the place.
Is anyone throwing him?
Your god has returned.
So you're
East, west, or north? That's the question.
north. Well, are you
You're just
walking
going
through the
north.
big fancy doors on the north?
I am walking through the doors that everyone else is, and I'm walking through and acting like I own the place.
Are you holding your pinkies out when you go through these doors?
So that's
No, but
Okay.
I am scratching my
Okay.
nuts at this time.
okay. We've
I mean, that's
established.
basically the same difference.
Hang on, guys. We have established that Jared is walking through a door. What
Yep.
door are you walking through?
The south towards the north door, I think.
So you're
He's
going
supposed to
Is-
north.
north is up. So you're in room 12
Yep.
and you want to go straight up to the big
Yep.
fancy elaborate doors with
And
the whole
I
tube.
am not walking towards the other door or anything like that. I'm just walking in the room
Oh,
and just,
none.
looking around.
Oh, you're
and
just
trying
walking.
to-
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
trying to, get my bearings on what is going on in this room.
So you're
And
pretty
so-
much stopping dead center. And appreciating
Not
the
even
world
dead
around
center. I would say even about 10 feet maybe in.
So you walk in, and it's still the same description. You're moving 10 feet in, nothing happens. You don't see anything initially off the bat.
Okay.
Now what?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll follow him in.
So, okay. We got two people in room 12 currently. This old,
Yeah.
dining
is there
area,
anything special about
great
the
hall.
east and west doors?
they're just a single doors like what you saw before, but you don't see any kind of the lock on it.
And so is there anybody within that room that I'm seeing
No.
or nothing? Okay. Okay. I'm cool with that. I was like, what? Okay. So.
Hey, temple people have all the good eats. I'm going in.
Yeah.
These
For Bowdy's
temple
just a
snacks are
minute
the best.
behind. I do stop to gather up the cans
Nice.
of the really, just in case. It might be disgusting for us, but it comes to me that maybe those big nasty creatures, they might like the smell of it.
There
Could
you
be.
go. Not a bad idea.
Good thinking.
So you've gathered the cans. We're just going to say that everyone has moved into, this dining hall. And you stand, there's some scraps of wood here and there. There's still some.
And so can I ask if I moved in and I noticed that there was nobody there, can I continue on to the next room?
Yeah, if you just want to go up to the doors is that what you're saying? Up, you continue through? Is that to the door to the single door on the west, the single door on the east, or the giant double carved door on the north?
Double giant door carved. Yes.
Okay.
Go for the gold, he says.
You go
That's
up.
right.
You open
Go
this
big
door,
or go home is what I say.
and you
Yep.
look inside, and you see it's a giant, clearly a temple. There's some pews here and there within it. You can see the far end of the room. There's a hallway that would continue that has been just completely collapsed.
Okay.
But along the sides, on each side, on the west side and the east side, there's 3 cubbies on each side. And on each one of those sides is a very crude humanoid statue, maybe stands like 7 feet tall, just standing there at attention. These big, brown, craggy statues.
When you say
Okay.
humanoid, is it from a race that we recognize or something completely?
It's definitely taller than human or elf or definitely dwarf. It's very broad shouldered, but there's no real discernible features. That's all really thinking
well,
like
as,
if you
as a goblin, would I even care?
Jared, hang on.
Yep. Yes,
so
sir.
it's like if you like pull a piece of metal out of the ground that's been heavily like rusted and dirted over. It's kind of like that brown, ruddy, rusty color, just completely. So there's no discernible features or anything. It's just
Okay.
humanoid shaped. But yeah, you can't tell. Like, is this human? Was it elf? Was it a creature I don't recognize? It's fine details that would give you that information are obscured.
Gotcha. So I wouldn't know either other way.
Right.
It doesn't. Okay. Gotcha. And so that's the only thing that I noticed while walking into this room. Is
Well,
that correct?
That's what when you and Titus, when you two moved into the room, that's mainly what drew Titus's attention, and you would have seen it as well. Like there's pews, there's some, maybe a fancy censer or something hanging from the ceiling.
Okay, I have a
sconces along the
feeling there
walls.
is something else in this room that is needing attention. Apparently, can I roll anything, Chuck, or no?
Tell me what you're doing, and then I'll let you know.
Is I rolled up into the room. I walked through the I don't know what you call it, the south room, and into the temple. And when I walked into the temple, I was like, okay, everybody, look at me. I'm, hot stuff, and I want to be the coolest guy in the school right now. And so is there anything else that I need to be able to see, or do I need to depend upon somebody else to do that?
All
What he
you've
asked.
Yeah,
Sorry,
all
go
you've
ahead.
done so far is just describe that you're walking into the room in a very cocky manner.
Yep, exactly.
If you're wanting
Yep.
to discern more information, you need to do something that would gather that information. So I need to go
Exactly.
investigate this. I want to go check that out. I want to,
I'm going to check out the hanging sensors.
All right, then I am not doing that. I will
Give me
let
just a
other
moment,
folks
and I'll
do
be right
that,
back.
okay.
Chuck,
Yeah.
if that is cool.
Okay.
So,
So yeah, Titus, you check out these hanging sensors, and you can trace the chain along where they're fastened to a pulley in the ceiling, which then drapes or is routed down along the sides, and you're able to unhook it and then slowly feed it down, lowering the sensors to a height that someone could put incense into it, and you can see these things are really ornate, really nice. They're brass sensors with some gold inlay on it. Looks like it would definitely be worth quite a bit. And each one also comes with like 60 feet of like a brass or copper chain.
Ooh. Is there any incense still in the bowl?
There's some fine powder in there. If there was incense in it, it's probably been lost to age. Just
All right. So about how big-ish?
sensor.
Yeah.
It's maybe, I don't know, maybe put like 10 to 12 inches in diameter. So
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Gonna lower these bad boys. Just put them in the corner. We'll take these on the way out.
yeah, the professor's like, oh, those are great artifacts. And if not, we can pawn them and get some money.
Yeah, that's nice.
Very practical professor we have here.
Yeah. So there's, if there were any tapestries or anything in this room, they've long since rotted away. But there are, some carvings and murals in different spots of the room.
Hey, out of these carvings,
Yeah.
what kind of god does it seem was worshipped here? Like, is this a happy, pleasant god, or is this a vengeful, spiteful god?
Well, just if you would take a glance from it, it definitely it tells a story of some form, and it appears to be a some kind of giant malevolent creature plaguing the land, and you can kind of like walk around and just get a rough idea, like, oh, okay, this is a giant monster thing, and it's attacking things. And then it seems like there's these weird hooded dudes, which kind of match the description of the weird skeletons you found. And they're doing rituals attacking this giant creature. And it appears like in some of the other tapestries, finally, like maybe they get the upper hand on it, take what looks like the creature's heart out, but it shows them like imprisoning the creature's body.
Does
Are
the
we in a
creature have
different room?
any resemblance to that big thing at the beginning? The big creature we
No,
saw in the
no.
beginning? No. Okay.
This looks like this creature looks like a giant person wearing the most kind of bizarre armor you've ever seen, like big boxy head with these weird kind of conical eyes going out, very boxy torso. Its hands don't end in like gauntleted fingers, but rather like large kind of clasping like circles that kind of connect like pincers almost.
Check it out, guys. It's
Is it
Chekhov's
still in the
statue.
room
If we're
with
not,
the statues,
Hang on.
Yeah, our foreshadowing.
So what did you say, Dan?
is this still in the room with the statues?
Yes,
Sorry,
yes,
I had
it
to
is.
walk away for a moment.
That's
'cause
Mhm.
Bathroom breaks are
No,
goddamn
that's fine.
required for
That's
me.
fine. That's fine. Yes, it is the same room with the statues.
Mhm. So we got a 50 sci-fi zombie or robot.
Yeah, some sort
So
of fucking science fiction happening. It sounds like.
So, anybody want to, chill out with me or no?
Well,
I mean, I walked into.
what do
I'm
you?
gonna-
No? Okay.
Titus
all
is in
right.
the room with you.
I don't know
All
what
right,
we're
fine.
trying to do.
Here, let's have a drink.
Well, yeah, you guys are all in this room together at this
Oh,
point.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're free to investigate anything you want to, Jared.
Oh, well, then I'm going to investigate Jeremy's ass because I'm sitting behind the dwarf going, hey, what's going on? And kind of like looking over his shoulder going, hey, is there.
Well, while you're standing there, if you could just pull on my ring finger, that'd be greatly appreciated.
So, Jared,
Yes.
Joe Secca, it's at about this time. You're the first to hear it because you're the closest. The double doors behind you slam shut.
Oh.
And through the hole carved in the door, a crossbow bolt, a quarrel, flies through and pings into one of the pews that are still in this room. But attached to this bolt with a short piece of cord is one of those tin cans, the cans for food. And it sounds like it's filled with rocks or something like that because it just rattles and makes an ungodly
Makes
noise.
fucking noise.
As
And
it,
okay, go ahead.
as
I'm
it
sorry.
clatters and sinks into this pew and just makes all sorts of racket. Let's see. There's 6 of you, and I've got a D6 in my hand.
Oh no.
So while that happens, can I get to the point where I'm like jumping over pews and stuff like that, going, hey, there is something up with, this room. And the only reason why I say that is because I have the trait of acrobatics on my character sheet.
Well, I'm not
Are you trying
gonna.
to-
I'm not going to make you roll or anything to run
Yeah.
and hide behind a pew. So you hear the clatter, and your first reaction is like, "Oh shit, something happened!" and you run and you dive.
No, I don't run and I dive. The thing is I run and I start climbing over the pews basically to warn everyone else. Basically, I'm yelling at everyone else, going, "Hey, get down. There's something wrong," kind of a
The
thing.
code word for that is IE.
Yeah. All right. So yes, you do that. But it's at this time that these weird statues, the one that's closest to Iron Spine, starts moving, and you can hear a whirring noise picks up. It starts moving, and it kind of like where you would expect the joints to be. Flecks of rust start kind of shooting off of this thing as it starts moving into coming to life. And
Gil Bates. Jeeves Stobbs. Oh no.
two red spots on this thing's face start to kind of glow faintly, and then all of a sudden burst through as 2 lasers shoot out of this thing's face, clearing the path for its eyes. And you can see 2 red orbs in its eye sockets in this weird stony face as it looks at you, Iron Spine. And we move
Okay.
into initiative
And
for the night.
So there's nothing that I can do about this at this point in time,
you
Chuck?
already did something. You ran
Okay.
over the
We can
pews
roll
and you gave a
initiative.
warning.
And so does Dave at least have like some bonus initiative since
No.
I started?
No, you warned him about the crossbow bolt, and he would be on edge,
Okay.
right? So I'm not giving
Yeah.
anyone a surprise round since you
Gotcha.
did warn
Okay.
Roll
everyone.
a standard initiative.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm cool with it. Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way. So,
No, Jeremy, you son of a bitch, you tied with me exactly.
man, Dan and Jeremy re-roll. See which one of you gets the higher.
You know
I'm
what?
willing to
Bear
yield
Thulu,
to
you sexy
Jeremy.
beast. I'll let you go.
Okay.
No.
No, it's too late.
yield
We're
to
not
you.
arguing back and forth. So Bear is going to be
I had
promoted
too
up.
many words in my yield.
Yeah, Bear's moving up to a 12, and Farbati is staying at 11. Let's see. Who are we missing? I got Dan, Jeremy, Dave, Chris. Who does that leave?
Did mine not come through?
I do not see yours.
Oh, I've got to click on. Hold
Well,
on.
you won't have mine, obviously.
So there's Bert. And then Jared, go ahead and roll your initiative as well.
What is my initiative? That's gonna
It's just roll
Question.
2d6.
2d6. All right. Is that on my character sheet?
I
Or
Your
somewhere.
character sheet. There's
Yeah.
a dice roll section, and one of the buttons is initiative.
It's in the top right corner.
gotcha. Yeah, I'm. Give me just a second. I'm trying. Apparently, it's not working like it's supposed to.
This should
Okay.
pop up a second window.
Bam.
Yeah,
blam.
every now and then the second window is covered by another window.
Ah. And if you want to start going through everyone else's, that's fine.
Well, I'll need to know yours before I can finalize the list. If you can't get that, just in the chat box /r space 2d6.
Yeah.
Why is it not doing it?
Just
Gremlins.
yeah.
Gremlins.
I can
yeah.
just roll it here if you want.
Yeah, if you can, just do it,
All right.
please, Chuck.
You
Because
got a 7.
okay, I got 4 pay orders starting at $79. So
What?
What?
I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying that's
All
what
right.
came up.
Okay.
But that's why I depended upon Chuck, and he came through for me. So why is that?
Let's see. Who else? Next was Grid. And then finally, David, you rolled super low. All right. All right. Bear Thulu, you're up.
All right. There's a statue that came to life, right? Or
Yeah.
did all of them come to life?
Just the one came to life, and then the crossbow bolt was shot through the hole in the floor.
I want to be weary of where that crossbow bolt shot through the hole in the floor, but I think I want to go up and try and give that coming to life statue a beat down
Okay.
that will maybe make it regret coming to life.
Okay. I'm not going to do super complicated combat here, so you can just say you move up to it and you attack.
All right. Claws mastered for me.
So yeah, you use one of your actions to move and the other action to attack. So if you want to go ahead and roll it, that does hit. That's, what did you say, 2 damage?
It's mastered, so I don't know that it gets 2.
No,
damage.
you just get to
It's
roll.
usually just 1 damage unless there's some special.
I think it's just 1 still.
Okay. You slash into this thing, and flecks of what you find to be rust fly off of it. But you don't feel like you actually really did anything to it. Farbaudy.
Well, I'll probably use a movement action. And it does seem to have those creaking joints and whatnot. I'm also going to chop at it, but if possible, I'm going to be chopping kind of like at a kneecap or something, seeing if I
Sure.
can impair it a bit.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll that. So yeah,
There
you
you go.
roll up, you take a swing at its leg, and it gives just a little bit as you see more chunks of rust fly off, and you can actually see some shiny steel starting to show from under the flecks of rust that you cleared.
Teamwork.
But you don't seem to have made any
Oh.
real hit on it. Titus, you're up next.
Right. I am going to take the focus action and then shoot my crossbow.
Go for it.
Marksmanship.
So that lets your crossbow hit on, is it a 4, 5, 6?
3, 4, 5, or
3,
6.
4, 5,
That's
6.
pretty damn generous.
Yeah. So you take your focus and you aim at this thing.
Hit.
Nailed it.
2
yeah.
hits.
So you hit. And this thing digs in a little bit, and the bolt, you can see it breaks off another fleck of rust, but you can see it actually left a mark on this thing. So you definitely feel confident that you did some damage here. After that, it is the statue's turn.
Ooh.
And it is just going to stay where it's at and turn at Berthulu,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to make some attacks.
As expected.
So it makes its first attack. The rust is impeding its movement some, so it doesn't quite have the dexterity to connect with you on the first one. But when it swings the second time, it does connect, dealing 1 point of damage to you.
All right.
After that, it goes to Joseka.
So, meaning well to help out our buddy Dan here. For his opportunist thing, would he get to do that if it missed on the first attack?
Do you have opportunist?
I do. Sorry,
So-
I was marking my health off first.
Okay, so yeah, if you have,
It's not opportunist. It's brawler. If an enemy within range fails to hit with an attack against you,
okay, so yeah, if you can do that, go ahead and do that.
I hit.
You do hit. But once again, you managed to remove a good chunk of rust, but it doesn't seem to have done any damage.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. So then, Joseka, Jared, what's your goblin doing?
Good call, Jeremy.
My goblin is going
almost
to
missed
be jumping from head to head and smacking anything that moves. Actually,
So there really appears to be one enemy in this room at the time. So are you running over to this and attacking this thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So you move over. You use one of your action points to move over, and then go ahead and make your attack. You pop your barrel off real quick, and you lift it over your head to smash this thing with your barrel.
Yes.
A bunch of goblin ass.
Yeah.
Shut up, David. Okay. All right. Oh, nobody knows any. Did you...
So on
Do you have your
the
character sheet open?
Trouble I've seen.
Yeah, I had my character sheet open, but apparently it froze or something like that.
okay,
and,
if you want, I've got
that's why.
dice here. I could roll it for you.
Give me just 2 seconds. 2 shakes of lamb's tail. Tiny dungeons. Yes.
Every now and then, roll 20
Done.
goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Quick
Okay,
question for you,
loading.
Chuck. Oh, sorry.
there it goes.
Go ahead, David.
Rolling.
For weapons that we've mastered, is it
3.
2 dice? It's 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, Jared, if you want to go ahead and roll your attack.
Yep. I am in there. Slash roll. It's D20, right?
No, this
Something.
is going to be
D-
2d6 or 3d6, depending if you've mastered your weapon or not.
A barrel. I don't know. That's up to you, I guess, Chuck.
Okay, since
And
we're not sure, we can figure this out later. Let's go and do a standard test, which would be 2d6.
2d6. Okay, to roll 2d.
You should be able to just hit standard test on your character sheet.
Crap. Yep, I'm on it. Give me just a second. I'm so sorry. Give me. Okay, there it is. All right. Standard test. Blam.
Okay,
Done.
you do connect with your barrel, and it manages against all the odds to actually kind of bust in, and you deal some damage to this
Nice.
thing.
It's weak against barrels, guys. Barrels and arrows.
Grid, you're up next. So this thing is kind of being surrounded by your friends.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I've never seen one of these before, but I know what works with humans. And so I'm going to run in between its legs and stab upward with my dagger.
The
Okay.
old dick shot.
So
Nice.
yeah, you just move an action to use one of your actions to move, and then use your other one to go ahead and make your attack with your dagger.
Why? What?
There it is.
There's a success.
Nice.
Yeah, and you break into this thing, and it's a boy. about this time that you can see that the rust is finally removing, and you're dealing with some kind of, unsurprisingly, some former robot.
Would we know what a robot is?
I don't know if your characters would, but just so everyone here at the table is on the same table. Think, very 1950s, 1960s, Metropolis style robot.
What if it's like Futurama, people in a jar style?
That
Just
is
beat somebody down with a barrel.
definitely not a
and
robot.
Everyone else is all worried about
Iron Pine.
Yes.
It is your turn.
President
Going
Nixon was
to-
in a glass jar in a
Hang on, Dan. David, what are you doing?
Gonna run up on him and swing the log overhand.
Absolutely.
on him.
Make your attack.
Yes. That's one hit.
So let's see. You rolled it. Yeah, you got one hit. And your log does kind of break through its defenses. Does some armor or some damage.
Okay. Perfect. And yeah, that'll be it.
Oddly enough, your attack made it stronger.
It reversed some of the dents we've already
It wasn't
put
a barrel or an arrow.
So I want you guys to imagine this. The door.
Say it like it's a bad thing.
Shut up. The door flies open.
All right.
And a small horde of hooded figures with red beady eyes, maybe no taller than a goblin, move into the room. There's like maybe 7 of them right here. Think Jawas, like very much that height and stature with the red beady eyes. They bust into the room.
And
They-
fucked him up.
They look around for a second,
All right.
and then they run over to the professor and they grab him.
No.
Bear.
He's our paycheck.
Bear
My
Thulu.
meal ticket.
It is your turn. Now, Dan, I want you to go ahead. I want you to roll a save first.
The gold.
Oh no.
This is standard save.
Dan do that.
Okay.
This is only to see if you are within movement to get to the professor. The only one who hung back and didn't attack was Bert's character, Titus.
Yep.
So you failed. It would take you 2 movements to get to the professor.
Can I cast a spell?
Once
Or are they going to be out of the room beforehand?
their turn is on the bottom of the initiative order, so you will get a turn before they do.
Okay.
So yeah,
Knowing how it be, I will just continue my brawl with the statue for now.
sure. Go ahead. You
If I
haven't
can't
moved.
catch up with them, then
Yeah, you haven't moved, so you have 2 actions here.
I'm just gonna go ahead and make an attack. And
Okay.
I will save my other action.
Well, there's no banking AP in this game.
Well, I have an evade action. I assume I have to have an action to
Okay,
evade.
so yeah, you need to say that you're taking evade, not that you're saving an AP.
Yep. Sorry. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and make your attack. That's
Success.
That's a hit. You're having the worst luck. The problem is I'm rolling my green
Is that
die.
a surprise?
I'm rolling my green die, and my green die rolls fucking hot.
Well, and it's against me, so
It is. So yeah, you attack. You chip off the remaining bits of rust, revealing this thing's true like murder robot form.
it's Roberto
It
from
is
Futurama.
Roberto. As you attack and you miss, you use your other action to take the evade action.
And I will encourage everyone else to follow the professor.
Okay. So Forebody. Yeah.
Is there a chance for me to try and do a save or how you were
No,
saying?
I had Dan set the distance, how far the group of you was
I got you.
from the
We're all
dude.
dicked because I had to roll. I'm sorry.
You were just first in initiative.
That was basically a failure from the offset.
So yeah, you would be 2 movements from the professor. Now, if you had ranged weaponry, that would be a viable option.
Or we can throw a goblin.
was thinking.
I
The
would
dwarf
let
is
you.
smiling.
Like, wait, what?
I do love the idea of like moving and throwing.
If you wanted to do that, I would make you give me a strength test.
Okay.
And the goblin, of course, would have to be willing. And then the goblin would then have to give me a dexterity-based save. So if you pass your strength test, the goblin gets over there. If the goblin passes his save, the goblin gets over there without taking any damage. And then the goblin would be free to take both of his actions over there on Joseka's turn. Or Joseka or Grid's turn.
You say you
Jared.
barreled-
Yeah,
Oh no.
Jared.
Jared
Something
muted his
happened to him.
camera.
Well, he froze for a solid 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, I think he might have lost connection.
Well, let's keep going. When Jared comes...
I'll double charge over just to simplify things.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Okay.
gonna be a little whack. Bear with us.
Like
Yeah.
I'll use my double move to get up as close to the professor as I can, and kind of be in the thick of whatever these weird little Jawa bastards are.
Okay. So yeah, you move up. Next up is Titus.
All right, so you describe this as a horde, a whole bunch of these
Horde,
little
like
guys.
7 of these little
So
dudes.
we can't take enough of them out to keep them from taking the professor. So what I want to do is cast a grease spell on the, on the
that's
professor, so that he's just covered in grease, so that he can't stand and they
Yes,
can't grab him.
absolutely.
Genius.
So yeah,
Nice.
go ahead and make me the test for that casting.
All right, just a standard test, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I got nothing otherwise to.
Oh.
Nothing.
So yeah,
I mean,
you.
there's probably still gonna be grease all over, even if it's not on the professor.
What have we got going on? There's 2
Jared, you're
Jareds
back.
now.
Sorry, gents. Yeah, sorry.
That's fine.
And then with my second action, I guess just call an evade in case something targets me.
Sure. Yeah, so you cast your spell. In this, I don't think it's a situation where you just fail to cast it at all. So there's not grease everywhere. We do need to take a second and
Is it
Fix
too
those
late for
strings.
Jeremy to toss me?
yes, it is too late for that. We
Damn
do.
it.
All right, guys. We do need to get the cameras back in order.
Oh
And
no!
Sorry, that was
that's-
my fault.
listen,
I
it's-
apologize.
Shit happens. Don't worry about it. Everyone except for David, mute your video.
Okay. Everybody except for David.
Is there a button to mute or just stop
It's in the
video?
bottom
just stop
left of your
video.
toolbar.
It's stop video,
Stop
yeah.
video. Yeah.
Okay, Jared. Wait for Jeremy to mute. Jared, if you want to go ahead and unmute your video, and then Chris, and then Bert, and then Dan, and then finally Jeremy. And that did the trick.
Our powers unite. We're back in
Fantastic.
place.
All right,
And
so
I have the power of heart.
The power of friendship.
so yeah, Titus, you
following
use your last
directions.
AP for evade, right? So then that's going to put it back at the statue. There's Bear Thulu, Iron Spine, let's see, Grid and Joseka, all in melee range right
I
now.
tried to tell everybody to leave.
Uh,
Not everybody had turns yet. I know.
I just wanted to be
Yeah.
tossed, and then my internet.
I was gonna say I
Took
didn't
a
get to
crap.
go yet.
I know, right?
That's what she said.
so Iron Spine, this thing uses 1 AP
Mm-hmm.
to attack you.
Okay.
And it is a success, dealing 1 point of damage.
All right.
It uses its other AP to take a real hard look at Titus and Forebody. Its eyes flash red for a second as 2 lasers shoot out of its face. at Forebody,
Oh no.
dealing it 1 point of damage.
I
you.
I have defender. I'll take that damage for you.
What is the phrasing on Defender?
Defender is you can take the attack of an adjacent. You can take the attack of an adjacent teammate before evade rolls.
So Jeremy's
But
character.
I had run.
Oh, you did.
He
You did
may
run.
not
be
Okay.
adjacent.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought you
I
were
would-
still in the.
He is
Never mind.
not adjacent anymore. So yeah, Jeremy, you take a point of damage as this thing laser eyeballs you.
A bold move. Nonetheless.
Joe Secca, you're up next.
Yep.
Why didn't I throw the gobbo?
That's my question, actually. More than because my internet went out, apparently.
Yeah. So
Professor is partially greased, right?
no, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. It didn't go off, fortunately.
I'm like how. So my homeland is over there. Just FYI on my character sheet.
Okay, so
Hopefully that is okay, but
that's fine.
um,
So your 2 movements from the professor, or you're right up in fighting, arm's length with this giant robot.
Okay. And this is the giant robot that I already hit in the head with a barrel, right?
Yeah,
And
Great effect.
to great effect.
To great effect.
He's weak against barrels.
Mhm.
It is
All
known.
right. So I'm gonna hit him
It's the
again
truth.
with the barrel.
Okay,
Just whack the crap out of him.
whack the crap out of him.
Yep.
Roll your attack.
Barrel on.
Alrighty. And that is just a test.
Yep. Yeah, you hit. You sink in and deal another point of damage to this thing.
And you get 2 actions if
You
you,
get
want to do
2.
it
You
again.
could
Barrel
swing
is
again.
effective. The barrel.
Oh, I can
is
hit
the
him again
truth.
with the barrel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
2 actions.
Yeah. Blam.
Yeah, that's another
Wow.
fucking hit.
Barrels for days.
Yeah. Grid, you're up.
Did his second
Okay.
barrel attack affect?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, it went through. I forgot to say that. Yes.
Wow.
Barrel is strong.
That's right.
The state of the barrel
I'm gonna-
address.
I'm gonna run toward the Jawas.
Cool. You move
And,
2 movements to get over there.
That is my turn.
Yep. Iron Pine.
Yes.
Next turn, Jeremy and I are doing the whole he's gonna throw the goblin, and I'll hit the dude with the barrel twice.
Sorry, I wasn't. When Jeremy was taking his turn, did he move 2 movement?
Yes.
Mhm.
You did. Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say, and Dan took a point of damage too. Is correct?
I don't remember.
One.
One
You
so
took
far.
1
Yeah.
point of damage. Okay. Well, then I don't need to do that. I was gonna say I have a heal as well. I'm just gonna use both of my attacks on the golem boy.
Cool. Roll it.
Yep, doing so right now.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
Yeah.
Success.
Both of their
Right.
points of damage go through.
Perfect.
Its wooden weapons are what are valuable and
Yep.
effective.
Apparently so. You
The
fight
goblins
science with nature.
lift the professor above their head on their tiny little bodies and run out of the room.
What the hell you do, you little bastards?
Goodbye, Professor.
Come back with our money.
Wait
They
until I do a fastball special with Jeremy. It'll be fine.
they get 2 movements. Bear. Professors,
gonna-
help! They're taking me and touching me in uncomfortable spots.
We know what that means. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I feel like I'm trying to take one for the team, but the team is not letting me take it. So
So, what are you doing, man?
I'm going to go ahead and make my attack and then evade.
Okay, roll your attack.
2 6s, can't complain.
And that is a connect.
Hooray!
All right. For Bodhi.
And I want to encourage everyone else to follow the professor.
I'm
Is it,
trying.
so since they had to spend some effort to like pick him up and then start moving, and I double moved last turn, is it possible I could move and attack?
Give me that save.
All right, I like saves because I'm resolute and I get advantage on saves.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. There it
Yeah,
is.
you're able
That's
to
money
close
right
the
there.
distance. You can use one
Nobody
movement.
takes my meal ticket.
So, yeah, you close the distance. What are you going to do when you close up?
I'm gonna chop the first one I get a chance to.
Okay, there's...
Or is it possible for me to get close enough to try and grab at the professor?
Yeah, I'll say you could do either of those.
I would try and grab at the professor. That seems like
Okay.
the more practical thing to do.
Just give me another save then.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, you
Boom.
grab the professor by the hand and you just pull him right off the top of all those little creatures.
Nobody messes with my meal ticket, you little
That's right.
bastards.
Knew it was right to trust you.
Oh,
So, Titus.
Well, if the professor is safely in the hands of one of our guys and this metal beast is still rampaging around,
Yeah,
I am going to take a shot at the metal beast.
go for it.
So I didn't realize that if you had a mastered weapon that it's with advantage. Crossbow
Oh.
is my mastered weapon.
Yeah, so that'd be 3d6.
Yeah. So I'm wondering actually if it's better to just make 2 shots instead of doing it with marksmanship. I mean, I got better odds, but I get 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Marksmanship
with
just
3 dice.
expands your ray of success. Pretty much.
Actually, no, it doesn't. I would have to reload the crossbow anyway, so no. So, yep, marksmanship, but with advantage.
Okay, yeah.
2 successes.
Yeah, and it sinks right in. After kind of breaking through this thing's layer of rust, it seems to be a little bit easier for you guys to get damage to sink into it. So then it is the statue's turn. Let's see, who's all still up within melee range? Bear
I am.
Thulu, I think same 4 people as last time. So,
well, I
supposed to-
ran toward the
Yeah.
Jawas.
oh, okay. So there's 3 of you now within melee
Guys are
range.
supposed to leave when I say to leave.
Well, they haven't had a turn yet.
They
did.
With
They did.
my barrel. What do you want, Dan? Jeez.
I know, the barrel's great. I mean, I'll
Dude.
give you that.
So, this thing's first attack is against 1, 2, 3 against our friend Joseka,
Aw.
and it deals 1 point of damage to you.
Okay.
You
I'll
can
take
go
it.
ahead. Okay, you
I'll
take
take
that damage for him.
So you don't take the damage, Jared. I take it.
Okay.
It sees that Iron Spine, you've intercepted its attack. So then for its second attack, it swings at you, dealing a point of damage.
Okay.
How much damage?
He locked
Oh,
up
there it
again.
is. Yep.
You didn't take any damage, Jared.
He's not
Right.
there anymore.
He's-
Are you?
Yeah,
There he
I'm
is.
here. I'm here.
You didn't
Yeah,
take any
it's-
damage.
Okay. How much damage can you take though, David?
Usually 1 or 2. at a
Well,
time.
no, you're
Or
talking
you
about what
mean
his
total?
HP is.
Yeah, what is
my
HP
max?
is it?
My max HP is 11.
Holy
Uh,
crap!
Okay.
Yeah. I'm at
so-
9 now.
Joseka, it is now your turn.
Well, I'm gonna beat the guy with my barrel. Who?
It is the
Yeah.
song of your people.
It is the
Mm-hmm.
song of my people, actually. Blam. Okay.
Your first attack misses. You're going to swing again.
Yep. And wow.
Oh,
You-
That one.
This is where roll 20 turns.
Okay.
Grid, you're up.
It's had it with us.
Yeah, really.
We've hit the 2-hour mark, and FU has come into play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, once this statue thing dies, we're going to call that for the night. So, Grid, you're up.
Do the Jawas seem perturbed and want to attack now that?
Well, they haven't had a turn yet to really take any reactions,
Okay.
and their faces are concealed except for the little beady, glowing red eyes.
I think I will run up there just in case they decide to be upset about it.
Okay, so you move up. Are you attacking, or are you just taking an evade there?
No, I'll attack.
Doing a little
Okay.
defensive
I'll attack
action.
one of them.
All right, there's 7 of these dudes. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Excellent.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah. You slay one of them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I get an evade by default because I'm a goblin.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yay.
Oh crap! I had that as well, but I didn't use it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Iron Spine, you're up next.
Yes. Going to just going to continue wailing on the thing with the log. It's worked so far.
Slug, it's slug. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
There you go. All right, go ahead and roll your
Last one right
attack.
there.
Going for it. 6
No, I didn't.
and 2 5s.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, sexy.
Yeah. With that, you smash this thing with your log in the head. Its head kind of breaks apart. Smoke starts pouring out a little bit. Gears whir. You hear springs uncoil as this thing collapses at your feet. Slain.
You know, I'm completely naked and just standing right next to you and going, "Yeah, we did it, but
Yeah. So yeah.
Death
At
of
what
wood.
cost? At what cost?
Well, golem's down.
So yeah, you slay this thing, defeating it. The goblins, we're gonna say at this point, they're just gonna completely scatter, run away. Those of you who are up in melee range with the goblins, I'll give you 1 AP to do something as they scatter.
I'm gonna stab one again.
That's what I'm a cop.
All right,
yeah, I'm
so you're both
smacking
cleave.
one again.
you're both attacking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you cleave, Jeremy.
Can I get a shot off at one of them?
Did you move out into the hallway?
No.
Okay. Then no. These would be
I hope
they
you
moved
keep
out of the room.
cleaving, Jeremy.
I'm going to try and
Yeah.
cleave as many as I can.
Rip and tear, Jeremy.
I got one. Let me try disadvantage. No cleave.
Mm.
I really wanted it, but
I killed one too.
All right.
you're
So
all right, Grid.
there's 5
Yeah,
goblins
you're
left
all right too.
as the rest of them scatter and disappear into the darkness. And that's where we're going to leave things here. We'll pick right back up in 2 weeks on whatever Wednesday that is. I do want to do leveling in this because there's optional rules for leveling in Tiny Dungeon.
Ooh.
And so I'm going to do every night you guys get to a level. So everyone will become level 2. But the only thing you get for moving to level 2 is 1 additional hit point.
Still, I
That's
like
something.
hit points.
I got 12
Well-
hit points now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I was
a
about
lot
to
of
say,
help.
don't be too generous. Jeez.
Yeah. So
I actually have 10 as a goblin.
that's pretty good.
That is actually
Wow.
pretty good because
Jesus, that's
I
a
only
lot
have
more than I have
6.
as a bear.
Well, you
Yeah,
probably
like
took some
5.
things that boosted your HP, didn't you?
I have armor master and tough.
Oh, okay.
No.
So the 3 of those are temporary and have to be repaired. But
yeah.
Still,
yeah,
that's
Classy.
insignificant.
All right. There's still quite a few people hanging out. Yeah. So we'll be back with this in 2 Wednesdays. Tomorrow night, I'll be on, Grim and Perilous Plays Twitch, playing some Mutant Crawl Classics that Matt is running. Friday, Dan and I will be back on this channel for Joe's campaign. We had a soft TPK last session. So we're kind of kicking off a new campaign.
Same universe.
Same universe. I'm trying to remember what Joe said the name of that campaign was. The Hollow Throne will be
We
the
had
name
a
of the new campaign.
disagreement with new party members and old party members. And
Yeah,
we decided,
we-
state of fuck it was reached.
Yeah, they Theron and I introduced our 2 new characters, and the 3 existing characters kind of became aggressive, and things just went south.
I was passive.
You either became aggressive or passive,
Passive
which
to a fault, unfortunately.
which got the old party members kicked out of the party. So Friday we're back for that. This
Yeah, so
what? Oh, we
sub
did.
from B-Slip.
Oh, hey, thanks for the sub.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh,
Yep.
thanks, Bert.
Much appreciated, Bert.
So then Saturday, I'll be running some Zweihander for some of the Grim and Perilous people. Mainly, Matt really wants to get to be a player in a Zweihander game, so I'll be running that on Saturday. And then Monday, Dan and I will be back for Heart on the Lollygaggers. So we've got a lot of stuff. So
Noise.
let's, Bert and Jeremy, if there's anything you guys want to plug before we sign off.
I'm good.
Okay. That's fair.
Nothing.
No, it's
Please check in on any of that awesome shit that Chuck just talked about, and
Sure.
or go listen to Bert and his beautiful voice.
there you go.
It is quite nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
Awesome.
We're 4 minutes over. So fun game. We're figuring out the pace of the party. I feel like next session things will be a little bit smoother. Yeah. So until we see you again, start fires, do drugs, and wash your fucking hands. Deuces.
Thank you.
Maintain pole arm distance.
There you go.